Hello, everyone. Got my 5 film collection of Canon films here. Just got it through the mail yesterday. Each movie comes on its own individual disc, which is kind of cool, but kind of a pain as well. Great lineup on this. If you're familiar with Canon films, then I don't need to tell you who they are. But if you're not, in the 1980s, Canon films were like the fast food of the film industry. Two Israel brothers putting out great action movies. They put out a lot of raunchy sexploitation as well. Some comedies, dramas, you name it. They were putting out everything they possibly could. And there was a lot of real gems along the way. Cobra here with Sylvester Stallone is hands down one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone movies. It's total 1980s vigilante cop type thing. It's also a Christmas movie like Die Hard because in the opening scene in the grocery store, which I'm not going to tell you what about the scene. I'd rather you watch the movie. But there's Christmas trees up, so there's a little fact for you. The soundtrack is awesome, featuring Scorpions' song "Send Me an Angel." Uh, Great action sequences, great storyline. He's protecting this lady, which I believe is a model. Yes, she's a model from a serial killer that's stalking her. Um, Fantastic movie. I suggest you check it out. Masters of the Universe, starring Dolph Lundgren. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe animated series. And this movie isn't terrible by any means. It's worth a watch, but it did feel a lot more underwhelming than I went into it a little more excited than I should have because I was a little let down and like I said underwhelmed. It's not horrible, but it's as a fan, it's not what I personally wanted, but we all can't get what we want either. Skeletor, they did a great job on the special effects and makeup and stuff on him. Dolph Lundgren is never a bad guy to see in a movie, so I suggest you give it a shot. Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top, a story about a truck driver, which is Sylvester Stallone, who connects with his son for the first time in the kid's life, and the kid is like 15, 16, I want to say, maybe 14, somewhere in that range, 14 to 16. The mother is dying, and she asks Sylvester Stallone, the father, to go pick him up and bring her to him. And he does, and their awkward, standoffish relationship ends up growing to a real father and son relationship throughout the movie. The main theme of the movie, besides that, is Sylvester Stallone plays an arm wrestling truck driver who joins a nationwide competition for arm wrestling and ends up competing in it as this storyline with his son is going on as well. It's a great movie as well. Probably the strongest movie on here besides my personal pick, which is Cobra, but Over the Top is honestly probably a better acted and directed and written movie. Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Unfortunately, I admittedly have not seen that movie yet. I'll do a review later on it. Chuck Norris, The Hitman. Unfortunately, I've never seen that either, but I am a huge Chuck Norris fan, and I'm pretty well versed in the rest of his movies. Invasion USA is one of my favorites, Missing in Action, Breaker Breaker. Anyway, as far as Chuck Norris goes, but this is a solid collection for the price. I think this copy on eBay cost me $7 or $8. I got a great deal on it, totally worth it. Even if I would have paid the full $15 price, I try not to spend that kind of money. But if I had to pay that, and if you're a collector and you pay that, you're totally going to get your money's worth. My biggest complaint about this, honestly, is two things. One, the disc on top of disc and being on their own individual disc, it's okay and it's kind of convenient, but at the same time, I kind of wish they were compiled onto one disc because this isn't the greatest storage to keep them in great shape by slamming them on top of each other and have them moving around on top of each other. So I'll probably take them out of here at some point and put them in my a DVD folder. I have a DVD folder that has about 450 DVDs in it. If the case isn't anything important or it's not a collector's edition, you know. And my other complaint is the movie selection is right on point with these. Like I said, 2 of them I haven't seen, but American Ninja should have been included. Luckily, I own it in a different set, and I haven't seen that either. But it's one of the most, if not the most notable Cannon film that's always mentioned. My personal favorite Cannon film of all time is Runaway Train with Jon Voight and Erica Roberts and Rebecca De Mornay. If you haven't seen that, you need to go find a streaming copy, order a DVD copy, order a VHS copy, do what you gotta do. It's Jon Voight's greatest movie, and I'll stand on that hill till I die. It deserved an Oscar, it truly did. Cannon Films' entire company should have benefited from that film. It should have been that large. Anyway, Cannon Films, I suggest you check them out. They also were released movies with other companies such as Media and things like that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the reason why I thought about that. But anyway, Cannon Films collection, check it out. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you as always for tuning in and listening, and I'd love to hear your input on any of these movies or Cannon Films or anything in general. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you.